Welcome to the WLAQ Community Spotlight, where we highlight the wonderful organizations and people that make the Rome community a great place to call home. Here's today's host.
Well, we got two hosts with you today. I'm Elizabeth Davis, joined by my brother Matt Davis. And today we are joined by Justin Franklin, who is the Marketing and Media Relations Coordinator for the Rome Emperors.
Emperors, yeah.
The Emperors.
Emperors.
And of course, the Emperors, the new name of Rome, Georgia's minor league baseball team. The announcement made last Thursday with a special event at Advent Health Stadium. And Justin, it looks like the response so far from the community and the nation at large has been great.
Yeah, it's been insane just to see all this positivity pour in over this new brand, and I think it's even surprised some folks at minor league baseball just at how overwhelmingly positive the response has been, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome to see.
I just want to ask, who's your buddy over there?
This guy showed up as soon as I pulled in today, and he's got a pretty sweet hat on.
He really does, man. That's fantastic. I love it. Who's the guy on the hat there?
That's our swinging penguin. He's that's our probably the most popular hat sold in minor league baseball right now. I mean, we've sold out of a good bit of hats already, and it hasn't even been a week yet, which is insane. So, like I said, the overwhelming positivity that's poured in over this has been awesome to see.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things, Elizabeth, I know that you and I were talking about earlier was how much fun it's been to watch the map of the United States and watch as every state, goes by and checking that box in terms of people that have bought, different things, apparel and things of that nature from the different states. So
yeah.
How many is it down to that haven't bought something yet?
So when I left work on Friday, that we were missing a good bit. But then I come in today and I ask our retail guy, Colin, I said, hey, man, give me, an updated list. What do we have? And we're only missing 4 states, and it was Vermont, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Alaska. And we've got a couple of comments on Facebook since we've posted it back out that, Wyoming's been well represented now. So that's awesome.
Awesome. And, we're talking about getting national attention. I saw a post over the weekend where it was shared on MLB on Fox, the Rome Emperors logo. And there was quite a great response in terms of people's comments from all over the nation and all the likes and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's been really cool. It's, like you said, a lot of national attention. MLB on Fox has picked it up. CBS Sports posted about it on Instagram. Sports Illustrated's picked it up. There's been a couple of different podcasts already that have mentioned it as well. And so it's gotten a lot of really big mainstream media attention, which was the goal from the jump.
Now you got the WLAQ Community Spotlight talking about it. I mean, my goodness.
That's the big one.
Next level.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting on.
So let's talk about the motivation behind this new name, because actually when you first announced to the public that there would be a name change from what was previously known as the Rome Braves, you left it open to the public for their suggestions. Was this the Emperors among those suggestions, and what made you decide to go with it?
It was. There was a lot of submissions that came in. Emperors was one of them, and there was one that was so specific that it had it mapped out. It said, be the Rome Emperors and have an emperor penguin dressed as a Roman emperor, and it was really cool, and that was an idea that we're like, hey, that's got something to it. So for a while we were in collaboration with the world famous Dan Simon, who has designed a plethora of different minor league identities, and even as the Savannah Bananas. So we sat down with him for a while, and we looked at a lot of those submissions and took a lot of community input, and this is ultimately what we came up with, and I think we nailed it.
So I got to ask this, because I know that at one point you were going to take the best suggestions and leave it up for a vote by the public. What made you guys decide to just go ahead with this? It was just so powerful it just fit.
It felt right. It fit the minor league landscape that is today, and it felt right when we saw a lot of this stuff start to come to fruition, and what this identity would look like. It was a no-brainer.
So David Lane was pointing out during the press conference prior to the unveiling of the new name that minor league baseball is no stranger to unique names. This is just one of many examples.
Yeah, there's a ton. There's the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, the Hickory Crawdads up in North Carolina, the Asheville Tourists, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. That's a big one. So there's a ton, and we wanted to get in there and compete with that.
I think it's important to emphasize that the Rome Emperor is still very much affiliated with the Atlanta Braves.
100%. We're a proud Braves affiliate, and that's on a lot of our stuff. We've got T-shirts that have Braves affiliate logos on it, and there's actually a shirt that's got the Road to the Show, and it's got all the affiliates on it. And we're 100% still a Braves affiliate, and we will be for a long time.
Well, one of the things we want to talk to you today, and I know we'll circle back to the rebrand and before we're done with the program today, but I did want to talk about other things that y'all are doing at the stadium, because I know that's been a point of emphasis for the new ownership and things of that sort, to try to have some different things that you do during the off season to bring people out to the stadium. And I know you've got some events coming up that are super exciting that you probably want to talk about.
Yeah, we've had a good off season so far. We've had our signature rummage sale. That was in the fall, and then we had our first ever Rome-tober Beer Fest back in October, which we were happy with. And then now coming up, we've got our Winter Wonderland, the first ever Winter Wonderland, which is going to be there's going to be an ice skating rink, there's going to be a big light show, Santa's sleigh is going to be there. You can watch a movie out at Miracle Field. There's going to be a snow experience. I'm trying to think of some other stuff. A holiday market, team pop-up shop, big light up letters that say Rome that you can take your picture in front of. It's really cool. And when I was leaving to come over here today, they were starting set up on that. So that's going to open up this Friday, the 24th, and it'll run till December 30th.
So I got to ask you, are you into ice skating? Have you ever been?
I haven't.
So this is going to be a first. You're going to get out there. I assume you're going to get out there
when nobody's watching. Watching. One of those, maybe like after hours or before it's set up, I'm going to get out there and maybe, I don't know. But no, I've never been ice skating.
Yeah, I guess we don't have as many chances to do that in the South, growing up in the South. Although they seem to be a lot more opportunities these days. So
yeah, no, I grew up just south of Chattanooga, and they always did the ice on the landing up at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, and so I've never actually ice skated though. I've watched people try to ice skate as well, so and I don't want to be lumped into that.
Justin Franklin joins us here from the Rome Emperors, and of course the last couple of years we've had to adjust to a new stadium name and now a new team name and things like that, but I think so far we haven't whiffed it and said the other names yet.
Yeah.
At this point in time, but that'll be an adjustment. But one of the things I wanted to do on the show is talk about you a little bit, Justin, because you have a unique perspective, and then you're a younger person than we are. We were adults when the Rome Braves came here, and we had minor league baseball for the first time. But they've pretty much been here most of your lifetime, correct?
Right. Yeah. So I was born in 1999, so I barely got in as a 90s baby, right? But growing up, obviously I grew up in a NASCAR house, which was great. But as I got older, I got into baseball a little bit more. And one of the first games I remember coming to was in 2008. It was the Charleston River Dogs against the what was then the Rome Braves. And Freddie Freeman and Jason Hayward were out there, and they were just two absolute monsters. And it was with my mom's. She worked at a bank at the time. They had a big company picnic thing up at the terrace. It was open air at that point, and we sat out there, and it was awesome. Fell in love with it right then and there, and the rest is history. So to be a part of it is insane. Just so crazy.
So, what do you think are some of the advantages to going to a minor league baseball game? It's always fun to go to an Atlanta Braves game, but there are some advantages to just staying in a smaller market and go into a minor league game, such as one for the Rome Emperors.
Yeah, I think the advantage is that it's so community based, and it's local people that you're going into the stadium, and it's someone that you might have went to high school with that's serving you a hot dog. It's someone that you went to college with that's hosting the games on the field, and that's what makes it cool. It's just a very intimate community type experience, and that's what I would say we try to market the most, is that this is your team, like this is your community team, and that's what we try to hammer home.
Talking about you. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, talking about you, how did you get involved with the Rome Braves? Well, now Rome Emperors.
Rome Emperors, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you're going into your third or fourth year.
So, yes. So when April 5th rolls around in 2024, it'll be season number 3 for me, which does not seem real. 2017, I graduated high school from North Murray High School, and then went to Shorter University in 2017. and I've been here ever since, minus a 7-month stint where I was at Carson Newman. But I came back. I came back from Carson Newman University up just outside of Knoxville to take this internship with what was then the Rome Braves, and started off as an intern, and some staff changes were made. And in November of 2022, I looked around and found myself as a full-time employee in a one-man department. And life comes at you fast in regards to that. When you're coming back from Christmas break and you've got to come up with a promo schedule, you've got to order bobbleheads, and you've got to do all this. But I think we've adjusted well, but it does come at you fast. But I'm super thankful to be where I'm at right now. So to start off as an intern, and then a year later have 2 interns of my own has been it's been crazy, but it's been rewarding.
Awesome.
We've got Justin Franklin with us from the Rome Emperors and enjoying our conversation talking about this and other events that are going on at the stadium. And, obviously this has been a big transition as far as the rebrand is concerned and the excitement that's been generated by it. And we mentioned the map with all the states and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, y'all felt very confident that this was a good move and this was going to generate some new interest in the team. But did you ever imagine the magnitude of the attention that this would get? I mean, to me, I thought it would be a big deal, but seeing some of the national attention and things of that nature and just how much this has generated in terms of people's interest in the team from the outside area and that sort of thing, it's kind of surprised me a little bit just how big it's been.
Yeah, it's floored me. I knew that it was good. I knew that it was going to be good. And I want to be confident and say, oh yeah, we knew it was going to do good, and we knew that once people saw this, they were going to fall in love with it. But I don't think never in a million years would I imagine that it would be as incredible and as successful as it has been. Which is I'm thrilled. It's awesome.
So what's been the response from your major league affiliate, the Atlanta Braves? What do they think of the Rome Emperors?
Oh, they love it. They love it. The fact that, there's so many unique names now in the Braves farm system, ones that have been around for a while and that are, kind of classic at this point. I feel like the Augusta Green Jackets are a classic name. That name. And now you've got 2 fairly new brands in the Stripers and the Rome Emperors. So that they're in love with it. And the more attention that they get, the better. So.
One thing that I saw that y'all did on social media, which I think was super smart, but as you're getting people to post items with the logo from Rome Emperors on it in different locales and things of that sort. And I know I've seen the world's busiest airport, Atlanta. There's a couple of different people that were at Jacksonville State this past weekend for the football game that had things with them. But have you got any others like that?
Nothing yet. We're still in the process of shipping all those orders out. So hopefully in a week or 2, we'll get a lot more unique photos. But we had a guy who went to the Cirque du Soleil in Atlanta and posted a picture of his hat there. So that was really cool. So,
well, this is going to be, you're seeing a lot of stories right now because it's Thanksgiving and that time of year of people traveling far and wide and things of that sort. So if you happen to get any of your Rome Emperor stuff, this is a call out there to the listeners and viewers of this video. Take it with you wherever you go for Thanksgiving this week and make sure to post those pictures and let people know where you're representing the Rome Emperors at.
100%. We want to see that. We want to see that gear everywhere. So.
Yeah.
And, we were talking about merchandise that has already been sold out. I had a friend tell me the other day that there was a particular hat he wanted, and he couldn't find it in the online store, and I think he couldn't find it in the in-person store either.
Yeah.
So when will those resources be replenished?
We're already in talks with all of our vendors of getting some new merchandise in and, restocking some of the stuff that's been really popular. The gray T-shirt with just our primary logo on it has been probably the best seller at this point. Aside from our on-field hats, but yeah, we're already talking about getting those things reordered and giving people what they want, and that's the new logo.
And I'd imagine go
ahead.
I'd imagine a lot of people are going to be out doing some Christmas shopping in the not too distant future, and I'm sure your club store is open for those Christmas shoppers.
It is. So we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. Obviously, we'll be closed on Thursday. I'm not really sure I don't think we've come up with a plan for Wednesday yet, but we'll let everybody know what that is. But as it stands now, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6.
Well, we have a couple of different videos that we wanted to share as a part of this podcast today here on WLAQ YouTube channel, also our WLAQ Facebook Live feed. And we'll get you all to tee these up. We'll start with you, Justin. You sent this one to me, and I know this is something a lot of people have seen, but for the people out there that haven't had the opportunity to see it, Tell us a little bit about what we're about to view together.
Yeah, so it's this is our brand unveil video. This was how we launched the Rome Emperors into the world. So it was a lot of hard work that we put a lot of hours into, and thankfully it's been pretty well received. And we had Larry Gardner, our PA announcer, who was nice enough to help us out with a voiceover for that. So we got to tie that back into a local aspect as well. So we're really proud of it.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and check that out, and hope everybody enjoys this.
Rome, a city of 7 hills that naturally define our beautiful southern landscape. A landscape reminiscent of the Italian sister city to whom we owe our name, where sculptural aqueducts welcome visitors to our classic city. More than 5,000 miles across the Atlantic sits the cradle of Western civilization, and yet we find glimpses of its culture here at home. When it comes to baseball, our power on the field is undisputed, and our command is absolute. Much like the ancient emperors of Rome, we are a force to behold. The boldest of any living species of its kind stands another towering force to be reckoned with. An icon in the animal kingdom so powerful that it also brought to mind the great leaders of ancient Rome. We are Rome. We are the birthplace of giants. We are the Emperors.
Yeah. Gets a round of applause from the studio audience
There we
here.
go, yeah.
It's a lively bunch.
Ah, you
for
know
sure.
what? It sure is good to have that moment of levity, though, because every time I see that video, it gets me misty-eyed. Just the elements of there's so much pride in this community, and it's conveyed in that video, and the music and everything. I'm emotional right now, and I am every single time I see that.
Yeah, that was the goal, was to tug on the heartstrings a little bit and to show people that we care about this community, right? Like, this is not just something we did on a whim. This is something that we thought about and we curated, carefully. And we wanted the video to portray that.
Well, Elizabeth, we've got one more video that we're going to show, and since you shot this one, why don't you tee this up for
Well,
us?
this is a lovely, professionally done video with my iPhone. This is this past Thursday night. Of course, as you know, that's when the new team name was unveiled to the public during celebration at Advent Health Stadium. So this is the moment where you drew back the curtains, as it were, and you can kind of hear a little bit of the community's response in the background.
Well, the button's not working, so that's a little bit anticlimactic. I'm not really sure what happened there. I thought I programmed everything accurately, but maybe not. Let's try this.
Rome, a city of 7 hills that naturally define our beautiful southern landscape.
I don't know. I hit the wrong button or something. I'm going to try it one more time. Actually, no. I know what happened. We had some technical issues earlier, and I loaded up the wrong profile, so we won't be able to play that one right now. I apologize for that.
But I will mention this. It is on the WLAQ Rome Facebook page. We posted it on Thursday night after the announcement. So, and you can just go check it out there.
Yeah. The fact that went as smoothly as it did, the banner dropping was a miracle within itself. Just because it's always, you can plan as well as you want to, but when it comes to cutting stuff and getting that to drop at the right time, it's always a roll of the dice. So
Yeah, exactly. Good point there, man.
And one thing that was really prominent on that night is obviously the relocation of the the club store.
Yeah.
I want to say gift shop, but it's club store. That's what you call it. You're in the old restaurant now.
Yeah, so the Emperor's Clubhouse store has packed up, or this is the first Emperor's Clubhouse store. So it's located in what was the Three Rivers Club. So the restaurant is out, but the bar is still there. So you can come in and grab a drink and then mosey on over and peruse your way through some Emperor's gear.
Awesome.
I know a lot of folks really like that restaurant, though, and I've had a couple of people comment they miss being able to go to the ballpark for lunch. So what is being done in the absence of the Three Rivers Club?
So, I mean, you're still going to have a lot of really good food options, and there's going to be more food options in the ballpark this year. So yes, the restaurant is leaving, but we're not just going to take stuff away just to take stuff away. We're gonna replace it with some good stuff. So there are some good and better food options coming to the stadium this season, which I think we're all excited about.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that you'd like to ask?
I think we need to talk about opening day and where to get tickets for the 2024 season.
Yeah, so April 5th, first Friday in April is opening day, first Emperor's game. Season tickets and they're called Dynasty memberships, excuse me. So yeah, Dynasty memberships are on sale now. We're fixing to launch a Black Friday special for like an opening day ticket, which I'll go ahead and say it. You can get an ugly Christmas sweater, Emperor's T-shirt, and a ticket to opening day for $30. So that's going to be really cool. Season or single game tickets will go on sale a little bit closer to the season, probably closer to February. But it's coming fast.
Well, as we get ready to wind down, we do have a few comments here on our Facebook Live feed that I thought we'd address before we wrap the show up. But we've got one from Pamela Thornton.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She said, who is this? No, I'm just kidding. She said, you have always loved baseball. And then that's your mom, right?
Yeah, correct.
And then my mom chimed in, Sandy Davis. She said, Justin Franklin, you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Which I think we all believe to be true. You are doing an amazing job. And then also Danny Burnham, I think he put it best when he said, Justin Franklin is an all-star.
No.
I don't know about all that, but we're definitely just continuing the mission of delivering a better quality of life to Floyd County. And I think that's been the goal from the start, and I'm doing my best to continue that.
Well, it's going to be a lot of goosebumps and emotion and excitement and everything when you raise the curtain on the 2024 season.
2024, 21st season,
Wow.
which is insane.
So hard to believe.
That's good stuff. Well, do you want to wind it down?
I just want to thank you so much for joining us today, Justin.
Yeah, thank you
It's been
guys.
a great last few minutes with you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, as always.
It's been a tremendous amount of fun. All right, well, that's going to put a wrap on this episode of the WLAQ Community Spotlight here. And, of course, Elizabeth, the host of this show, and it's been another great edition.
Enjoyed it together today.
Most definitely, yeah.
Bro.
All right, well, we'll put a wrap on it. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to Justin from the Rome Emperors for being here today.
See you, Mom.
Bye. Bye, Mom. This has been the WLAQ Community Spotlight. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the WLAQ Radio YouTube channel and follow WLAQ Rome on Facebook.